She thought she was speaking to a child, a kid just like her. She didn't realize it was an adult. But when her mother read these messages, it was very clear it's an adult. And she was being groomed. And she thought it was just a kid, just like her. And that's the whole point. That's what they do to make them feel comfortable. And again, I'm going to say it again and again. She met them on Roblox. Okay, it's a kid's game. And then they lure them somewhere.
That's a portion of a viral video posted by Utah mom Lisa Wilson. She shared it as a warning to other moms about a scary encounter her daughter had online. You heard her focus in on the social game Roblox. It jumped out to parents in part because it's not a platform we've heard much about. In today's Tech Check, we ask, what is it, and is it a safe space for kids to be? Desert News columnist Amy Iverson joining me with some information. Amy, when I heard about this, when I watched Lisa's video, I found myself thinking, I bet Amy's mentioned this before, but it's kind of just glazed, we've glazed over it in a pretty casual way. So set it up for us. What's Roblox exactly?
So Roblox is one of those virtual games. So users actually go in and create these virtual worlds and games for other people to use. So it's kind of crowdsourced. It's rated 10 plus just for fantasy violence. And players create all sorts of games. So you can play a racing game, a shooting game, or you can just tool around and hang out with your friends.
I know a lot of parents, especially after maybe watching that video, are going to want to get rid of it altogether. What's your take? Is it appropriate for kids, and if so, what age?
I think it is appropriate for kids, and that is who's playing it. The majority of kids 9 to 12 are playing this game. And so you look at more than half of the kids playing Roblox are under 13. But there are things you can do. Of course, it's scary anytime kids go online and can communicate with strangers. We've talked about how you need to have those conversations with your kids about only friending actual friends, especially when they're in that young age group.
Yeah.
But there definitely are some filters you can do on Roblox.
Let's talk about those filters. First, you say an email should be associated with an account.
Yes, so you, as a parent, can go on and add your email to your kid's account. And what that lets you do is go in and start doing some filters. Now, before we get into those filters, do know that even if you have no filters, Roblox has some automatic and human monitoring, that there is a chat involved. That's where most of this normally takes place, and a private message. So Roblox will go in, and if there is foul language, or if you try to give like a phone number or an address, name even, it will hashtag those out.
Okay. A PIN, you say, is a smart thing to create as part of this account profile?
Yes, of course. Just like anytime you're going to put parental restrictions on something, you need a PIN. Otherwise, your kid can just go in if they want and change the restriction. So you put your account, your email with the account, and then set that PIN. That's very first. And then we're going to head into settings, and that's where the real filtering can take place.
What do we do there?
Okay, so if you go into privacy and contact settings, this is probably the most important one and the one that you're talking about. So right there, you can decide my child can talk to everybody on chat and in instant messages, or my child can only talk to friends and users, or my child can only talk to friends, or my child can talk to no one. You can completely disable that chat feature if you want.
All right. And finally, you say the contact settings. Is that what we were just talking about?
Yeah, so that is contact settings. The next one is you go into other settings, also in privacy. And this is where you can decide who can invite your child to, they're called servers. These are those games I told you about that are created. So if someone creates a game and wants to invite your child, you can say, no one can invite my child to a game.
Gotcha.
Because there are ones that Roblox kind of filters out that are safe for kids. You can also decide only friends can invite your child to games, or everybody.
So really, it's a roll up your sleeves, parents. And if you are going to let your kids on this platform, you've really got to be diligent in how you monitor it.
Yes, and it is good because users under 12, actually Roblox doesn't even give them all of those options. They're not allowed to chat with everyone. Their only choices are friends or no one.
Yeah.
But yes, as a parent, if you're going to let them play Roblox, you immediately have to go into those settings and make sure that you set those privacy filters. And then, of course, have that conversation with your child saying, we're only going to let you play online with people you actually know in real life. Or you can just say, you just are going to play alone. You don't get to have friends on there.
Or not play at all. I got to tell you, I kind of get it, especially in this age where there's so many apps, like we can only control and monitor to a certain extent, right? So you got to weigh that out as a parent and as a household. Amy, thank you so much. You've got more details in your column.
Yes, and I also tackle Minecraft if you're wondering about that one. So that's all online right now at Deseret.com/Amy.
All right. Thanks for keeping us smart, Amy. Thanks so much.